move to our index. Okay, so this time, since we have already assigned values to our elements, so let's try to sort using the code given. So we have here, so first we have the while. So we have nested while, right? So we have nested while. Okay. Then so first we have, now let's first declare here, since we have already y and we have I think we can use this variable already. So maybe so para dili ta ma-confuse, no, let's just declare another variable. So instead of using I and we have j, so let's use x and y. We have already y, so let's use z. So let's use it here. So let's initialize our x, which is equal to 0. So let's have x is less than 20, right? No, since 20 it's the size of our num array. So since ang maximum index na we can access is only 19, so dapat stand. Okay. Next, it's here we initialize our z or the j based on in my presentation deck, in this example. So we have here j and I. So instead of I and j, so we'll be using x and z. Okay, so get it? So since we always compare, no, ang katong the first index, then ato di man to siya pwede i-compare sa iyang kaugalingon. So that is why we always add 1 to katong index nga gusto nato nga i-compare with the rest of the elements after sa iya. No, kay kung if we have already compare one index sa tanan nga elements, dapat mag-move ta. Then dili na nato dapat i-appeal o evaluate katong na-evaluate na nga mga index. So example, so we have z is equal to x plus 1. Then ingon na pa din ta diri nga atong z is less than 20. So the same yapon. Then inside sa atong while nga na ay z, so after this one, so let's have x plus plus. Then we have here z plus plus. So ang atong buhaton is we have condition here wherein we are going to compare. So let's go back sa atong presentation deck. So wherein we're going to compare the first element, meaning we are going to compare the first element or the index 0 to all index. Nga dapat ang index 0, whatever the number nga mabutang sa index 0, would be the minimum, no, among sa mga elements sa atong array. So let's go back to our code. So example, if num array sub x, so this would be the first index nga atong i-compare sa tanan nga mga elements. Dapat constant, meaning siya lang dapat, meaning si index x, then you have index z, z plus 1, z plus 2, z plus 3, until z 19. Okay? So that's it. That's what we are going to do here. So if greater gali siya kaysa kang num array sub z, since mas dako man siya, therefore, ato siyang iswap. Kay minimum man ang atong dapat mabutang nga elements or value sa atong index 0. Otherwise, kung siya ang pinakagamay, so as is lang dapat. Dili siya pwede iswap. No, kay dapat minimum gyud ang nasa first index. So ato ding iswap, no, for swapping, so we need pala to declare temp here. No, kay you cannot do swapping nung directly. Otherwise, no, mawala ang isa ka value. No, so we need some temporary na storage wherein we can store katong one nga value before nato siya alisdan atong another nga value din. Katong nabutang sa time, usapan nato ibutang atong value nga ni imong giswap or imong gibutang atong value nga imong galisdan. This is what I mean. So I have here temp. So first, since I'm going to swap the value of num array sub x padulong kang num array sub z. Example, I have here 1. I have here index 0 and I have index 1, and I'm going to swap their value. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to assign the value of num array sub 0 to temporary nga storage. Okay, otherwise, if I'm going to store, example, I'm going to swap directly like this one, num array sub 0, I'm going to change it with num array sub 1. Then I'm going to swap their value and I'm going to say num array sub 1 is equal to num array sub 0. Okay. So what's wrong with this code is always remember that your value or the value of your num array sub 0 is already changed or replaced with num array value of index 1. So therefore, the num array value, always remember nga ang nature gyapon sa atong array per compartment or per index is it can only hold one value at a time. So therefore, okay, again, it can hold one value at a time. So therefore, if I'm going to assign value of index 1 to num array 0, so the value of num array 0 now will be omitted or will be eliminated or deleted. So dili na nato siya ma-access again tungod kay na-replace na siya sa value ni num array sub 1. So therefore, to address that problem or to eliminate or to avoid that problem, so let's first assign the value of num array sub 0 to temp. Okay? So this time, so if we're going to replace now the value of num array 0, no, we still have spare of the value nga imong gi-assign kay num array sub 0, nga imong gi-assign now to temp. So therefore, by the time na na-replace na yung value, you still have a temporary or you have replacement. Then instead of using num array index 0, so let's assign now the value of temp to your num array 1. Okay? Gets. So let's change this again back to not I, but X and Z. So that dili ta this is, since we're using loop, so let the looping do the numbering or assigning of number. So dapat dynamic na siya. Na siya na ang mag-set from 1, 2, 3. So ang loop na, dili na, no need for you to set a constant value. Otherwise, walay may tabo sa imong program. So let's have here num x, then replace with num z. We have here num z is equal to temp x. So I think that's it. No, for the code for sorting. So let's name this. So let's comment here code for sorting. All right. So you can just pause the video if you want to test also, or try to run this program. And let's try to see na if na-sort ba talaga yung array natin. So based on this one, so let's again try to print. No, since for this printing, this is still unsorted array elements. So since we have already done the sorting, so let's print again in descending order, and let's see if the values is already sorted. So again, let's use J. Then we have, okay, let's try to run this one. Let me share first my executable file. Okay, so let's assign 78, 0, 45, negative 45, negative 6, 78, 5, negative 2, negative 778, 4, 66, 56 pala. Then we have 45, negative 1, and 70, and we have 33. Bang. Okay, so let's check now for here. So we have for index 19, so we have 33. Now expected that since we're sorting from or in increasing order, so from less to max or minimum to maximum. So we are expecting that after our sorting, dapat yung nasa index 10, index 19 would be the maximum number. And let's try to check. So until here, bang. So based from the code that we have implemented and executed, so our index 19 now has the maximum number, which is the 566, which is assigned to index 15. So we have, let's see if it's already sorted. So we have 566, 90, 78, 78, 70, 69, 55, 45, 33, 23, 40, negative 1, negative 1, negative 2, negative 6, negative 22, negative 45, and we have negative 345, and we have negative 678. So our sorting algorithm is working. So it's working. Okay, I think that's it for array. And I think I already gave you some of the ways and codes of manipulating array. And I hope this will help you know, and be familiarized in terms of manipulating array data structures.